So hey Matt, we've I know that we've been talking a lot about chat lately with a lot of our customers. It's a pretty popular topic these days. Um, any thoughts on to maybe what's changed recently and maybe why it has become such a hot topic in these pandemic times?
A lot of customers now are looking at different ways to leverage multifaceted functionality from their customers to be able to take calls, emails, chats, things that aren't just voice calls anymore, to both get more utilization out of their agents, and then on top of that, this just allows in this post-COVID world where we're all remote. It's just a very easy way to be able to communicate as you need to, with the customers or with any of your clients at that time.
So it sounds like from what I've seen, right? This new chat has a lot of new features. It's got a whole new look and feel.
Sure. So, as you can see, this is the old traditional Peer Connect chat, and it's functional. It works well from an agent standpoint. It works, pretty flawlessly integrated into the client. But from a customer standpoint, it's just really dated, right? Like, it's just a web page. It has very little to no branding. It has a little bit of functionality here, but you can't even really type a subject for your chats or anything of
Mhm.
that nature. So if I click live chat here, you can enter your first name, your last name, your email, and your subject, and all of that just gets populated down to the end agent, so they see that coming in. So especially the subject field, it's such
Mhm.
a no-brain win, right? Like, to be able to, what am I specifically typing about? I want to give information before I get to the chat, and we're just so used to it now. And the truth is that these types of things, they affect your branding, right? Like, they affect the way your whole website looks and your
Sure.
interaction with your customers. So
Absolutely.
it's a really nice feature that they've kind of just thrown in, and a lot of people don't know about it yet.
So another question I have is, we've done this before, and we're implementing chat and different customers.
Mhm.
What are some of the takeaways or recommendations you have for the Genesys customers that are using Pure Connect, that are looking or thinking about implementing this chat? I know that there's the Windows updates and things like that, or Windows new versions and Windows 10 requirements. What are some of those things that you've seen come up in projects that you would advise customers to think about before starting chat?
2018 R3, they stopped validating their code against Windows 7 because it was end of life. So, a lot of customers, while probably having good intentions, they haven't moved to Windows 10, and they really, a lot of customers should be encouraged to, for security reasons,
Mm.
related issues. We're seeing a lot of that these days. A lot of different hacks are coming in, so it's a good thing to do anyway. And then you're dealing with the newer versions of the software. So
So the other thing that it's making me think about, Matt, is for sure this is a kind of, I guess, a first step towards the cloud, right? So a lot of customers that are on Pure Connect are looking to move to the cloud, Genesys Cloud. How is this maybe a first step in that direction? And then again, I know maybe we can talk about this in our next segment, but how does this prepare you for the cloud, or what are some of the things that you do to get ready for the cloud? If you're just not ready to make the move immediately, kind of thing, and you're looking at, but you want to do it in phased approaches, tell me a little bit about what you would suggest.
sure, yeah, I mean, and that's kind of another nice part about this is you are kind of moving towards, maybe not fully the cloud, but definitely that more, less less thick client, less reliance on having specific software installed on your machine. So these widgets are actually, they're part of the Interaction Connection Suite, which is the thin client, the web-based client for Pure Connect, which is a really nice kind of starting feature, where now you have the ability to have your agents potentially access that externally to your network if they wanted to. And that, once you have that piece up and running, there is the ability through Pure Connect to leverage Genesys Cloud to be able to use WebRTC phones. So now you don't have a reliance on a phone anymore. You can have a browser-based phone, and all of these things kind of start moving you towards what might be an eventual migration to Genesys Cloud. And you can do it kind of piece by piece as your business is ready. You don't have to pull the Band-Aid off all at once.
Yeah, and it also sounds like it's something that is actually particularly relevant right now, or was maybe a few months ago with our
Sure.
pandemic, in terms of being able to move to the cloud. So it sounds like the
Absolutely.
customers that made that move towards, the Genesys cloud cloud organization, WebRTC, were pretty much ready to go. Correct me if
Yep.
I'm wrong, but we're ready to go from a pandemic standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we get more and more current, I think WebRTC is just going to become the way that people communicate with a headset hooked up to a computer. You're not going to have phones anymore. You're not going to want to use a hard line,
Definitely
pay any
not.
cost through that. You're just going to want to have a simple browser-based phone, and Genesis Cloud and other solutions use it, and it's a very nice, elegant solution.
So Matt, that was really a good conversation. Very interesting points, but definitely I want to, be able to explore with you a little bit further. And maybe I think we can do this our next series is talk a little bit more about Interaction Connect, WebRTC, and then again, what are some of your thoughts and experiences that people can have there?
Absolutely. I think that that's a really good topic to move towards for our customers, as everybody's going to be moving more and more to the cloud over the next few years.
Sounds great. So we'll talk in the next one.
Perfect.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.